There we go. All right. We are in this demand zone here, right? Look how price has mitigated here, almost torpedoed through the whole zone here, right? And here we are again, dancing. There, for me, once price gets past the midpoint of any zone of demand or supply, the chances are that zone is going to fail. Okay, so I'm thinking that price may have facilitated a lower high to be made here. All right, and that's great. You can see that price was going to do something like that. Hold on, let me get this out of here. All right, price responded there. All right, you can see price was going to do something like that because remember, we are looking for the change of characters, and here we have a change of character here, and price gave us an early warning sign that there's going to be some bullishness heading up. Price did it again here. We push down, and then price took that low out here. This candle is the one that is not a part of this down move towards this ultimate low here, and you would put your change of character again. There's 2 times it did this. All right, you put your change of character here. We had a bullish push, breaking the one prior. This is a very strong indication that we're going to get the pullback, the correction to this this down move, and we got it. And when it starts to do, as soon as it gives that change of character, you're already up here looking, plotting, mapping out where price is going to turn around, so you could take a high probability trade. We know that we're going into premium price up here, so you know these are the things you want to be cognizant of. Now, this premium price should go down here, right? Because this is the lower low, this is the lower high here. All right, for the 4 hour, we are lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. All right, we're down here. All right, we're waiting now. Right now, the way I'm thinking, all right, we're on the 4 hour. This is not going to hold. This low is not protected. We did see, you know, you got to acknowledge these sweeps of liquidity. This is what legitimizes a zone for me. All right, if I don't see a sweep of liquidity, I'm doubting that zone. Where is my? There you go. I need to see. I need to see that sweep. I need to see a sweep up here. I need to see a sweep in here before I start looking at zones of supply and demand. I need to see a sweep of some kind. This is a demand zone. Why is it legitimate? Because it swept liquidity. It took liquidity out to make it. I got to see that zone. I got to see that sweep. If I don't see it, I don't trust it. Got it? Okay. So we have a sweep here. This is where that lower high was made. Got a nice sweep there. You just got to make sure you see those things. All right. Some people are picking out supply zones just because there's a bearish engulfer there. That doesn't make it a supply zone or a demand zone. All right. Oh, it's a 4 hour zone. No, that doesn't make it legit. That doesn't make it valid. That doesn't make it strong. Is it a strong high? Is it a strong low? Did it sweep liquidity? Did it leave a inducement point? Those are the things you want to see. If you're looking at this zone to catch a mitigation, the price has not mitigated this zone. That means a retest. All right, price hasn't traded back in here to come get selling orders yet. All right, this is a smooth drop. You want to see this displacing impulse when a zone is created, whether it's bullish or bearish. You want to see that impulsive leg, a buy up before the aggressive sell-off in the case of a bearish zone. I know I'm talking fast because I'm trying to fill your heads with knowledge. Okay, so this is legit. This is legit, right? Because I see it left an imbalance. I love to see imbalances, all right? Because that's a draw on price. Price wants to come back and trade back up into that because it's a draw on price. All right, it has to rebalance that which is imbalanced. All right, that's one thing. The other thing is did it leave an inducement point? I need to see structure. All right, here, this is an inducement point right here. If price goes away, this is going to be the trap for sellers, and you want to see that trap when you're looking at supply zones. You want to see that trap. This is the supply zone that we want to get a high probability trade from. It's at the top in premium price. All right, it's imbalanced. All right, and there's an inducement point here. Inducements are seller and buyer traps. They get people to take shorts here early, then come back and take them out. Come and take their stop losses, take them out of the trade. All right. But the key to this is to remember every zone should have an inducement point, because you want price to have a reason to come up and mitigate this zone, a draw on price. All right. You want liquidity to take the zone. And after liquidity is taken, what do you expect? I said it 3 times earlier. You expect a pullback of some kind. You expect price to go in the opposite direction, right? And with the that inducement point, you want price to have liquidity going in, and then you want to be able to point to an area that price will target going out. Going in, going out. There should be liquidity going in. There should be liquidity going out. Do you understand that? Give me a hey, yeah, and that lets me know everybody's up to speed. If I'm giving you something that is a little bit confusing, I swear to you, thank you, owner. Thank you, Trader X. If I giving you something confusing, remember, write it down. Ask the question later. All right, ask the question later. I'll break it down for you. All right, Leslie. All right, Eunice. All right. Let me see. Let me see where we're at now. So we're on the 4-hour, right? You see how our price came up here and mitigated this zone and just dropped like it was hot. Okay. We're dropping into demand. What makes this demand legitimate? What makes this demand legitimate? Let me know that you, yes, I am back, RT. All right, Eunice. Welcome back. All right. So what makes this zone legitimate? The first thing you ought to see. Just give me one answer. I don't care who it is. What makes this zone of demand, this little demand zone here, and I'll highlight it for you. This one, what makes it legitimate? I just finished explaining. Made a new high. Listen, I'm about to mute you. Oh, okay. You already muted. I'm kidding. Okay. No, that's not the answer. I just told you. Y'all ain't paying me no mind. How come I don't get no respect? Why don't I get any respect? I don't understand it. I don't understand. All right. I just finished telling y'all because it took liquidity. It took liquidity. That's the first thing I'm looking for to make sure that's right. The sweep. Own it. You're on it. All right. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that sweep of liquidity. You have to have it. You have to have it. All right. And what do you expect after a sweep liquidity? Price is going to probably go the other way. All right. It's fuel. It's fuel for to push the move that it intends to make. Okay. So we came down, sweat liquidity, and price fired up. It did break a high. It's not an illegitimate observation, Leslie, not at all. All right. But that goes to strong highs and strong lows and stuff. But this is a valid zone if it has accomplished something. And what did it accomplish? Leslie already gave the answer that it broke the structure here. It led to a break of structure. So I'm looking for price to do something here. Now, if I see price just bust through it, I would be very surprised. All right. But I'm looking for a reaction of some kind. All right. So I would look, this is the 4-hour. I would look for bearish, bullish price action on the 15-minute. And see if it's going to give us a setup to take just to this next stop, because the next stop is the opposing zone. If it's a demand zone that we're taking a trade from, I'm looking towards price going to the next opposing supply zone. Right, that's the next stop on the train. All right, that's it. All right, but we are in this lower high here is it seems to be pretty legit lower high being established. So I'm looking for price to eventually come down. Doesn't mean that there's no chance of it going up. That doesn't mean that price could come all the way up to the daily swing high, and as long as it doesn't break it on the daily, we're still bearish. All right, but we'll be bullish on the 4 hour. I hope you can understand the difference. The only reason why I'd be looking at the 4 hour bullishness, the question I would be asking is, why is the 4 hour bullish and the daily is bearish? Got it? Why? To facilitate possibly a lower high in a bearish trend, the overall macro level bearish trend. Those are the questions I would be asking. When a lower time frame is moving, is bullish, and the higher time frame is bearish, I'm asking myself why. Are we facilitating a lower high or a higher low somewhere? All right, I'm going to plot that point. I'm looking for supply and demand zones there to see and put an alert there, so that when price gets there, I'm going to be looking for bullish price action or bearish price action. Hope you're able to follow. I'm running my mouth right now. I'm running. All right. Let me see if I can get this little dot off here, because I'm anal like that. All right. I can't have a whole bunch of little funky little things going on here. So we got bearishness here. So I am bearish. I am bearish on the 4 hour. Technically, though, let me be specific. Technically, we're bullish. Do we understand why we're bullish technically? Do you understand why we are bullish on this time frame technically? Why are we technically bullish? Well, respect the internal. I like that answer. We didn't get that break and close. We did not get that break and close. Here is the swing point. Boom. Boom. Right? This is the swing point that we saw on the daily. And then where with that break of that high, we're bullish, right? We're not bearish until this is broken, until we get a break and close below that. Price is down here now, and we done wick past it, but we haven't got a bearish close past that protected low. All right. Once we do, as soon as it does that with a break and close of the candle body, I'm bearish. All right. I'm leaning bearish now, okay, because of this very bearish engulfer pattern here. All right, from an area that I suspect is the lower high. And also, I want you to understand, I want you to catch this too. We had a change of character here, didn't we? We had a break of an internal low. Look at that. Let me see. Where's the lowest point here? I would have to say this right here. All right. You know, that is an internal low. That's an IBOS, an internal break of structure. Internal. This is internal structure here. Okay. We had a break. All right. And price has this seems to be pretty demonstrative that price wants to go lower. Now we may see price give us a reaction at this this demand zone. We might get something like this on the lower time frame. All right. But I'm not thinking that we're going to be taking out this high. All right. I'd be looking here, because you see all this imbalance. Leslie, you know how we do it. You see all this imbalance here. Prices, there's a good chance price wants to balance that which is imbalanced. All right, fill this fair value gap. This is a fair value gap. Okay, and price is probably going to want to fill that up to here. All right, if you want the way I mark my demand and supply zones, I take the full range of the buy up before the aggressive sell-off. That's what I do. All right. That's the way ICT mentioned it to me. All right. This is where I would normally start my supply zone. And when I refine, I can get here. All right. And this is the extreme. And Leslie already knows the extremes of 4-hour zones. The 15-minute extreme is where the magic happens. The 15-minute extreme of the 15-minute supply or demand zones, all right, where you might see a 5-hour a 5-minute supply and demand zone within it, nested within it. Like this 15-minute zone is nested within a 4-hour zone. All right, that's where the magic happens. That's where you see price reverse. That's where price likes to mitigate and then go the other way. Okay, that's just something to look out for. I hope you're taking notes so you can ask questions later better, the best kind of questions. Okay, now, so I'm going to be looking out for this. I'm going to be looking out for this. Now, I'm also going to be looking out for this. I got a big old bag for $5. All right. All right. So if price does give us a little corny, reaction, how did I do that? How did that? Hold on. Thank you. All right. If price gives us a little corny reaction then, and there's a lot of bearish momentum. There's a lot of bearish momentum in this candle. All right. The price gives us something like this, right? And then breaks this zone, breaks that low. Oy vey. What am I going to do? What are you going to do? I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do, but I want to know what you're going to do. If price just gives us a little muted and doesn't take up and fill that void, that fair value gap, and we get this kind of nonsense and we get a break, what are you going to do? What is your move? Eunice is all over it. Good job. I'm looking right here for the flip. That's right. I'm looking for that supply that is responsible for taking out that demand. I'm looking for that flip zone, and that would give me a great place to take shorter because I'm expecting this zone here to give. Okay. That's it. Now, in supply and demand terms, we don't call it like a retest. That's not what we do. It's a mitigation. All right, because that's exactly what's happening. If you guys don't know, just Google up the word mitigation and put forex next to it so that you can see that this has to do with orders and getting out of orders, mitigating losses. All right, because when price comes up here to mitigate this zone of supply, it's because they have a buy to sell move going on. The selling, they're all in profit, but that buy, they're in drawdown as they come down here. And then they come back up here to mitigate out of those buys. Do you understand? Mitigating losses. That's what's happening. All right. So let's go down to the 15 and maybe we can get down to business. Hello. Hello. I'm trying to get this thing to work. Okay. We're going down to 15-minute. So we are on the 4-hour, we are expecting price to, give us some kind of bullish or bearish price action at that demand that it's at. This demand. All right. Now, let's see what we got here. What's the first question we're going to ask when we come to this this zone? To this time frame. What's the first question we should be asking ourselves? If somebody was paying attention, they should be able to rattle that answer right off, because that was the first thing I said with when we started this. Come on, somebody. What's the first question we should be asking ourselves? Looking at structure. Leslie, help me out here. Eunice, man, listen, man, you sure how long you been trading, man? About 5 years? About 5 years, consistently profitable? Everybody sign up for Eunice's videos. Because he should be doing videos, man. 3 months ago. You're paying good attention, man. You want to, I appreciate that. Now, yeah, exactly. I'm looking for the last break of structure. All right. And you know what I'm going to do? I got a big old bowl for $5. Okay, hold on a second now. Let me remove all these drawings. All right. All right. Where is the last break of structure? Well, we have this low. All right, we got a low. Where's the high that's responsible for this low? All right, what do we got here? This looks like some structure here. What are we doing? Where is the last trading zone? Where is the trading zone now? I like this zone here. All right. Why? Let me get this. Thank you. All right. Let me spread this out a little bit. I like this zone here because we broke a low. We broke this this 15-minute swing low. That's pretty easy to identify. Yes. All right. So right now, I'm feeling very bearish on this pair. All right, but understand something. We have to deal with swing structure. Swing structure. All right. So I'm looking at the swings. You know, I can do it. I'm doing it backwards. All right. I'm doing it backwards. We have a high here. We have a high here. All right. Look at the swing low. Look at that swing high. Look at this swing low. Right. And then things start going back up the other way. So I'm going to start from here. This is what I'm doing this in my head, like real fast. Right. We got a higher high here. We broke structure here. I'm going to keep that in mind. All right. We broke this structure. We broke 1, 2, 3 short-term highs. That's pretty significant. After this low and that high, this seems like a pretty significant move. I'm looking at that as a swing for me. All right. This here is not a lower low. This here is not a lower high. This is all internal here. All right. But when we get down here, we break this low, we have a new swing low. Got it? We got a new swing low, and that broke that lower high there. So we have a new high, and we are now bullish. We have a higher low. Higher than this one, all right, which was the last swing low, all right, and which established the low and the high of the trading range. Then we broke through that. We are now bullish. Everybody's tracking, right? All right. All right. And what am I expecting after this break of structure, which is also a liquidity being taken, a liquidity sweep. I'm expecting price to pull back, right? Now, here, I'm asking myself, is this all we're going to get on a pullback? Because this is the range, from this high to this low is the range of the demand. Follow me on this, right? This is the range of the demand, the swing high to the swing low, right? We've broken structure, so we're bullish. So that makes this demand. This is the range of that demand zone. All right. I'm going to make this green so it looks like or blue. So wrong. All right. I'm going to make. Why isn't it turning blue? Why isn't it turning blue? Am I doing something? There you go. All right. So when price when price goes higher, when it breaks this high, you're expecting price to come back into this blue water. This is the demand, right? And when price does break the high, now you're saying to yourself, I'm waiting for price to come back in here. When price comes back in here, I'm going to be looking for buy setups, right? Price does come back into here, all right? Very shallow, very shallow. We see that there was a demand zone here, all right? This is just the range, all right? We see that there's a demand zone here, boom, which is cool. All right, and we're going to be looking for, I'm not exactly looking at this as an optimal place to take longs from. Why? Because the trading range is here to here. All right, this is in premium price. Do I want to take longs from premium price? Heck no. I want to look for longs from discount price, below the 50% of this trading range, as we went over earlier. Okay, so but if price, I'm looking at demand, I'm looking at how price acts here. I'm looking for a bullish price action, but I'm not thinking that this is a great place to be taking a long at all. All right, price dithers around, moves sideways, and then we break structure to the upside once again, reconfirming the bullishness. But this is what do you call it? An internal low point. All right, this is an internal low point. You say to yourself, is this it didn't break this high, it didn't break this low. This looks like it should be a swing point. All right, and as it's going sideways, I'm waiting for it to break out low or high. All right, if it breaks up high, I know that we're continuing the bullish trend, and I can look for buy setups in the new area of demand. All right, this is the range of that demand, but I'm looking for demand zones for price to respond to. But what happens? News. This is news. This is a Jackson Symposium. This is the Fed chair. And when you have high impact news, I'm talking about the highest impact news. Take a list. It's CPI data. It's GDP. It's interest rate, anything having to do with interest rates. All right, interest rates and NFP. When you get those are the ones that you want to stand clear if you're messing around on the 15 and lower time frames. If you're swing trading 4 hour and daily, you don't have to worry as much. All right, those things will just be a glitch. It may make a new internal high or low on the larger time frames, but on the 15-minute time frame, if you're in a trade, you want to secure that trade. That's all I'm saying. All right, you want to manage it. All right, so what my point was with that was my point was with that, if price is if you have expecting a high impact event, all right, it will not respect supply and demand zones. All right, not internal ones. All right, you're going to see liquidity move, you're going to see whipsaws and all kinds of stuff, and you're going to be thrown off. And know some of you have experienced that this just this past Friday. All right, don't get caught out there. All right, so this when you get structure points, when you get I got you, Leslie. When you get structure points that are made by news candles, like a demand zone or a supply zone, I do not trust those wholeheartedly, because you'll see price zoom right through them. All right, just you keep that in mind. Anyway, we have a break of structure here. All right, and I want to clean this up so we can get some clarity here. Okay. All right, we have a break of structure. We have this what do you call a change of character here. We have this break of these lows. I'm very bearish at this point. Everybody follow me? I'm very bearish. I'm bearish as we break this internal low, and because there's a significant pullback here, and because we got that V shape, I'm looking at this thing being very, very bearish, and I'd like to see how price reacts. Look at this. Look at how bearish that is. This is where we were looking at on the what do you call that? The 4 hour. This is that swing low. All right, we're looking at the extreme, the 15-minute extreme. This does not look like my demand zone. All right, the market has opened, and we opened bearishly. If anybody watched my my video for the forecast and everything on Euro and GU, I was thinking that there was a good chance that price would continue bearishly upon the open. All right. What didn't give, you'll see a similar demand zone in place on the 4 hour in GU and in EU and NZD EU USD. So I didn't give this much of a chance to hold. We're looking here because this is the strong low. This is the strong low. And I'm looking at this as a vulnerable and weak low. And I believe that we're going to target it. And this is only confirming it. But if we get, you know, it's not over yet. We haven't broken this demand zone. So I'm looking at this, you know, price gives us a significant break and close above that swing high and comes down and respects that low for a return to impulse. I'm looking for this. All right. All right. It could happen here. It could happen here. You know, we'll see. Let me see what that looks like on the 4 hour because the market is open, man. We are live. We are in action. We got this demand here, the bigger demand. All right, prices come back, tested it, boom, back, and here we are. We mitigated, and we're going to take that low. I'm pretty sure we're going to take that low, and we're going to come down to the nitty gritty, is what I call this, where the wick supply is, the nitty gritty of this zone here. I think we're going to be. I'm looking for some kind of reaction down here. Same way we got these reactions. I'm looking at this. So this is the actual bigger zone of 4 hour is the way I would draw it. And we came down, we come down. I believe we're going to sweep this low. But until we get past, when I start to, when my spidey sense, when my antenna goes up is when we get past, we start getting breaks and closes below the midpoint of the demand and supply zones. That's when I start to think, uh-oh, we're probably going to, it's likely we're going to, you know, fall through the bottom. All right. What am I looking for? I'm looking for price to establish that push up. Why am I looking for that push up? Because I'm looking for price to give me, come on, man. Why did that just disappear? I'm looking for price to give me that break and close below here and give me that zone. I can come back, that supply zone that is responsible for this break. And I'm looking for price to come back to it so I can take a high probability trade to the downside because the US dollar is strong overall, fundamentally. It's stronger than the euro is right now. So I'm watching this price action very closely. All right. If it turns around, fills up this imbalance, I'll be taking a short from up here, a high probability short from up here, because this is a lower high. And I expect this high, I expect the high of this candle to hold. All right. I'm expecting this high to hold, especially if it breaks this. If it breaks these lows, makes a new low, this is a strong high. Right now, it's weak. All right, until it breaks these lows. If we don't get past this, then I got a little worry going on about these. We'll see. Let's see if we can get a sweep of this low here. If we can get a sweep of liquidity there, we'll be well on our way to having that analysis play out. But I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised. You see this here? All right. I would not be surprised if price just comes up to rebalance this imbalanced area, mitigate the bottom of the zone, and we can come on down and we can get that picturesque head and shoulders. But you never know. You never know. We might just plunder on through this thing down to mitigate this lower zone, the next stop on this supply and demand train. Come on, man. Now, 3 minutes less. Thank you for that, Eunice. Yeah, so we'll see.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. 71.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but